Hello everyone, I'm Josh Rubenstein, Public Information Director for the Los Angeles Police Department. This critical incident community briefing is intended to provide you with information about an officer-involved shooting that occurred in Southwest Division in the city of Los Angeles on June 1st, 2020. You're about to see relevant video footage and learn about other evidence and police procedures related to this case, so you can have a better understanding of what occurred based on what we know right now. The LAPD conducts very thorough use of force investigations, which typically require investigators to interview multiple witnesses, view numerous hours of video footage, and analyze a significant amount of forensic evidence. We're still at the very early stages of this investigation, which can often take up to a year to complete, and our understanding of the incident may change as this additional evidence is collected, analyzed, and reviewed. We also do not draw any conclusions about whether the officers acted consistent with our policies and the law until all the facts are known and the investigation is complete. Word of caution: the images and information you're about to see may be disturbing. When a police officer uses force to arrest a suspect or defend against an attack, it can be graphic and difficult to watch. In addition, there may be strong language used by those shown in the video. Viewer discretion is advised, especially for young children and sensitive viewers.
Hello, I'm Captain Giselle Espinoza of Media Relations Division of the Los Angeles Police Department. I'm going to give you a brief overview of an incident that occurred on June 1st, 2020, around 9:23 p.m. Southwest area plainclothes narcotics enforcement detail officers were in the area of Vermont Avenue and 22nd Street, driving an unmarked sedan conducting crime suppression due to looting in response to recent protests. The officers observed three individuals standing next to a vehicle parked near a gas pump at the Chevron gas station on the corner of Vermont Avenue and 22nd Street. As the officers drove through the Chevron parking lot, they heard the sound of the slide to a firearm being racked and then observed one of the suspects point a gun at their vehicle. The officers drove out of the gas station lot and requested a backup. Here is a radio broadcast from this incident.
Green NRF024-20. We need a backup in airship 415 group with a gun. Chevron gas station, Vermont, and the 10 freeway.
About a minute later, additional Southwest Narcotics Enforcement Detail officers who were driving an unmarked van drove into the Chevron lot and were immediately fired upon by the suspects, later identified as Mosiq Jones and Daizon Blue. Both Jones and Blue fired multiple rounds, striking the officer's vehicle. It was at this time that an officer-involved shooting occurred. As the officers approached, Jones and Blue surrendered and were taken into custody. Neither Jones nor Blue were struck by gunfire. The third individual, who was in the vehicle with Jones and Blue, ran from the gas station as gunfire erupted. This individual ran back to the gas station and was taken into custody. During the incident, the officers perceived this individual to be armed and a threat. He was struck by the officer's gunfire and sustained gunshot wounds to his left torso and right hip area. Plainclothes narcotics enforcement detail officers are not equipped with body-worn video. However, the incident was captured on the Chevron gas station surveillance cameras. Los Angeles Fire Department paramedics responded to the scene and transported the wounded individual to a local hospital where his injuries were determined to be non-life-threatening. He was treated for gunshot wounds and released from the hospital immediately following treatment. He was not arrested. One officer sustained a graze wound to his left leg and was transported to a local hospital where he was treated and released the same day. Another officer sustained an abrasion to his right hand and left elbow, and he was treated by the paramedics at the scene. Jones and Blue were transported and booked into an LAPD jail facility. Investigators recovered a .45 semi-automatic handgun used by Daizon Blue and a loaded .38 caliber revolver used by Mosiq Jones at the scene and booked both guns as evidence. On June 5, 2020, the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office filed the following counts against Daizon Blue: 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, 1 count of robbery, and 1 count of possession of a concealed stolen firearm in a vehicle. Daizon Blue is a 20-year-old resident of Palmdale. On June 5, 2020, the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office filed the following counts against Mosiq Jones: 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon and 1 count of carrying a concealed firearm. Mosiq Jones is an 18-year-old resident of Los Angeles.
In the next several months, the LAPD will continue to investigate and analyze this incident. They'll continue interviewing any new witnesses that may come forward and complete any forensic tests. After the investigation is completed, our Critical Incident Review Division will forward their findings to the Chief of Police, who will make his recommendation to the Civilian Board of Police Commissioners. That board will evaluate the evidence to determine whether the officer's tactics, drawing and exhibiting of a weapon, and use of deadly force in this instance met the high standards expected of all LAPD officers. If you'd like more information on how the LAPD and the LA District Attorney's Office investigates all officer-involved shootings and other serious uses of force, visit lapdonline.org, where you can also find LAPD's use of force policies and procedures. Thank you for taking the time to view this Critical Incident Community Briefing.